Start. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वृन्दावै तुलसीदेव्यै प्रिया वै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। First of all, I pay my obeisance to the lotus feet of my Divine Master, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad 108 Sri Srimad Bhakti Keval Odulami Goswami Thakur. Then I do my obeisance to the lotus feet of my Siksha Gurus, Om Vishnupad Srimad Bhakti Bhushan Bharati Goswami Guru Thakur and the present preceptor of the Rupanuga line of devotion, Om Vishnupad 108 Sri Srimad Bhakti Amal Aranya Goswami Thakur. I had the good fortune to sit at the lotus feet of these three Mahajans, of these three Mahabhagavats, of these three world preceptors. These three persons belong to the transcendental realm of Golok Vrindavan. They are close associates of Sri Sri Gaurachandra and Sri Sri Krishna Chandra. As ill would have it, I could not surrender myself unconditionally to the lotus feet of these Mahajans due to my worldly preoccupations and worldly attachments. But the treasure of devotional knowledge that I received from them, I want to share that among all the sincere seekers of truth. I don't claim any originality. I am just a very ordinary bearer of the transcendental truth or blissful gospels of Vaishnavism that I learned from the holy lips of these Mahajans. I also convey my respect to the listeners all over the world, to the viewers all over the world who are wasting their precious moments in listening to my humble discourse. In 2013, one incident happened. On 15th January 2013, two erudite scholars paid a kind visit to my house at Bajkul, district Midnapur, West Bengal. One of them was an American scholar, Professor Paul H. Servo, Department of Religious Studies, Rutgers University, and another an Italian scholar, Professor Angelo Pagliese, Department of Languages and Linguistics, Jadavpur University. These two scholars came to me to learn about some esoteric aspects of Vaishnavism and to collect some rare Vaishnava scriptures from me. They were kind enough to give me a patient hearing for more than 6 hours. I was very happy to have a discussion with them. Most humbly, I said to them that it is very easy to get a Karmi Guru, a Jnani Guru, and a Yogi Guru. But to get a Guru of Vaidhi Bhakti is difficult. Vaidhi Bhakti means devotion, observing scriptural laws. Vidhi means scriptural laws or injunctions. Do this, don't do that. Scriptures say, pronounce these truths. Do this, don't do these things. So these are the laws, these are the injunctions in the scriptures. And that devotion is called Vaidhi Bhakti, which observes these scriptural laws and injunctions. But to get a guru of Raganuga Bhakti is even more difficult. What is Raganuga Bhakti? Devotion rising spontaneously from the loving heart. Raga means anurago. Anuraga means love. Then, again, to get a Manjari Guru as your spiritual guide is the most difficult thing. Karmi Guru, Gyani Guru, Yagi Guru, then Vaidhi Bhakti Guru, then Raganuga Prem Bhakti Guru, lastly Manjari Guru. This is the pinnacle, this is the zenith, this is the acme. To get a Manjari Guru as your spiritual guide is the most difficult task. And it is the rarest fortune for a spiritual aspirant. Now a question arises, who is Manjari? What is the meaning of the term Manjari? Manjaris are the most confidential, loving attendants of Srimati Radha Thakurani. They are tender-aged, sweet, intimate female servitors of Radharani, and Radharani opens her heart's secret desires, her heart's secret longings, her heart's secret love to them. These Manjaris' love for Radha and Krishna is simply unfathomable. But there is a peculiarity. Though their love for Krishna is wholehearted, but they are more affectionate to Radha Thakurani. Herein lies the peculiarity of their love, the beauty of their love. That is a wonderful love, a self-effacing love. They don't even crave for separate union with Krishna. They are always busy for the union of Radharani with Krishna. Even Krishna prays with folded hands to the Manjaris for getting a chance to serve the lotus feet of Radharani. Krishna was moved to see the selfless, self-effacing love of the Manjaris, so much so that he descended as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga for releasing that Manjari love. So, the servitude of Radharani is the most transcendental treasure that even Krishna, the Almighty, yearns for. Sri Rupa Goswami Pad, the closest associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was no other than Sri Rupa Manjari herself in Krishna Leela. And the Rupanuga Bhakti Dhara means the Bhakti Dhara, that means the line of devotion, Amnai Dhara, that means the preceptorial line following the footsteps of Sri Rupa Manjari. In the modern age, in the Manjari Guru Dhara or preceptorial line, came Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. He is no other than Madhumati Manjari of Vrindavan. Then came Thakur Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod. He is no other than Kamalini Manjari of Vrindavan. Then came Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He is no other than Sri Guna Manjari of Vrindavan. Then came Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. He is no other than Sri Nayana Mani Manjari of Vrindavan. Then came Srimad Ananta Vasudev Prabhu or Acharya Deva, Srimad Bhakti Prasad Puri Goswami Thakur. He is Kamalini Manjari. Then came Srimad Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. He is no other than Prema Manjari. Then appeared in the preceptorial line my divine master, Om Vishnupad Srimad Bhakti Keval Audilami Maharaj. He is Vinodini Manjari herself. Then appears Srimad Bhakti Bhushan Bharati Goswami Thakur. He is no other than Mallika Manjari of Vrindavan. And then came Srimad Bhakti Amal Aranya Maharaj. He is Mani Manjari, the present preceptor in the Rupanuga line of Guru. He is the custodian of the Rupanuga Prema Bhakti in the modern world. The preceptorial line of Manjaris is a very secret treasure in this world. To get the shelter under the lotus feet of such a Manjari Guru is a matter of rarest devotional fortune. Only a fortunate few are blessed with initiation and guidance from such a bona fide Manjari Guru. This ultimately yields a result that is beyond human conception, human imagination, human speculation. What is that result? The highest, the sublimest, the noblest, that is the noblest treasure of the ambrosial service of Srimati Radharani. And that has been called in Goswami scriptures Radha Dashya Shudha Nidhi. Nidhi means treasure, Sudha means nectar or ambrosia, Dasya means servitude. So the ambrosial service of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, this is the summum bonum of human life. We say Krishna Prema is the summum bonum of human life. It is correct. But to be more specific, Radha Dashya is the summum bonum of human life because Krishna Prema culminates in Radha Dashya. When you become a servitor of Radharani, then Krishna Prema reaches its zenith. This is the acme of transcendental bliss, the pinnacle of success in the devotional world. If someone has a hidden or subtle suspicion about any divine activity of such a Manjari Guru in the preceptorial line of succession, Krishna punishes him severely in every birth and doesn't accept any so-called service rendered by that blasphemer. You may be a worldwide, a reputed preacher, your name may spread worldwide, you may be an eminent speaker, you may be an author of many devotional books, you may be a superintendent of some big ashram or math or monastery. These things matter little to Krishna. Krishna is very particular about this point. Whether you consider any of these Manjari Gurus as a mortal being or not, whether you have Martya Buddhi, Martya means mortal being, Buddhi means intellect or conception. If you conceive, if you think, if you look upon a Manjari Guru as a mortal being full of virtues and vices, then you commit a heinous blasphemy, a heinous offense that is unpardonable, and all your devotional practices end in smoke there. So, my Gurudev, Srimad Bhakti Keval Odulame Goswami Thakur, he warned us now and then, frequently, to be very cautious about this blasphemy. Don't commit this offense at the lotus feet of any Manjari Guru appearing in the preceptorial line of succession. Even Krishna will test you by revealing some apparently irregular work, apparently irregular behavior on the part of such a Manjari Guru. Krishna will test you, severe test, an acid test. Because if you want to be an IAS officer, you will have to sit for the IAS examination. That is a tough examination. And if you crack, even after that there is interview. And so, to get the post of a DM or say an SDO, you will have to be very cautious. You will have to cross many hurdles. So you are aspiring for the servitude of Srimati Radharani, the pinnacle of success in the transcendental world. So you will have to pass this test, pass this examination. And the examiner is no other than the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna himself, the cleverest of all. He will test you. He will test you by revealing some apparently irregular, apparently immoral behavior on the part of Manjari Guru. But even after seeing that, if you continue to have respect, faith, devotion at his lotus feet, if you consider that as his transcendental leela, transcendental or divine pastime, then you are saved. Then you crack the examination. Then you pass the test. Then Krishna smiles. Okay, you have been successful. You are fit enough for entering into the secret world of the servitude of Radharani, by which I become most pleased. I become most happy. If you render service to me, I become happy. But if you render service to my heart's queen, Srimati Radharani, my joys know no bounds. I become eternally indebted to you. Do you know? Krishna himself, the Almighty, falls prostrate on the ground before the sweet, beautiful lotus feet of these little Manjaris and beg their blessings so that he may be competent enough to serve Srimati Radharani, the Queen of Vrindavan. So friends, we have to be very cautious about this. I will request all the sincere seekers of truth all over the world to go through my humble book, Preceptorial Line of Succession and Srila Acharya Deva, for a detailed discussion about this point. This book is available online. Now, one question arises. Every guru, every preacher, every martyr, every asrama, every monastery, every spiritual organization is claiming that their guru is the Manjari Guru. He can take you to Vrindavan. He can take you to the lotus feet of Radharani. He can take you to the inner chamber, to the secret chamber of Radha Govinda. Everyone is claiming. But the truth must be in one place. You must judge where. You must feel where. If you shed sincere tears secretly at the lotus feet of Radharani, at the lotus feet of Krishna, at the lotus feet of Gaur Sundar, they will guide you. Lead me thou amidst the encircling gloom. We are groping in the dark with the help of our intellect. No medhoya, no bahuna srutena. We, with our scholarship, with our intellect, with our arguments, we will not be able to catch this secret, to grasp this secret of secrets. Who is real Manjari Guru? This truth will descend in your heart if your heart gets pure enough to respond, to give a response, to give a proper response to Krishna's signal. Your receptivity must be there, and you will receive the signal when your heart gets completely cleansed. And Krishna will test you in various ways, as I have already told you. If you shed sincere tears, Krishna will reveal this truth in your heart. You will feel that a truth has descended in your purified heart. We all know what is happening in our hearts. You may think, I am a devotee. You may think that I am a good speaker. But I know what I really am. I am conscious of my demerits, of my loopholes, of my lacuna, of my weaknesses, of my shortcomings. I am aware of that, of my anarthas, of my evils. And I will be in a clear position whether my heart is getting cleansed, whether it is becoming purer and purer day by day. I will feel it. Others will fail to judge that. You will feel that my heart a year ago and my heart now are poles asunder. I am getting purer and purer. Carnal desire like lust, anger, etc. These are being removed. These nasty things, these dirts are being cleansed. Cheto darpanam arjanam. The mirror of my heart is being cleansed. And when it becomes completely transparent, the truth will come down, will descend in that pure heart. That is the only way. By scriptural knowledge, by your intellect, by your speculation, by your research work, by going through various rare books and journals, etc., etc., so on and so forth. By this inductive process or aroha pantha, you will never be able to grasp this divine truth, this secret of secrets. Who is real Manjari Guru? Who is the real custodian of Rupanuga Prema Bhakti Dhara in the present world? The truth will reveal itself in your pure heart. For that, you will have to pray sincerely. You will have to shed sincere tears regularly, secretly, silently. This is a transcendental world of romantic love. A mundane poet Tennyson said of infinite passion and infinite pain. He said this in worldly context, but that is a poet's imagination only. Poets dream of El Dorado of romance, but practically there is a transcendental world of never-failing romance, and that is the blissful world of Vrindavan, where the divine couple are ever absorbed, are ever engaged in their transcendental love dalliance, love sports, divine amorous sports. If we can enter that secret world with the grace of a bona fide Manjari Guru, then our lives samam bonam is achieved. That is the highest, topmost, sublimest, the pinnacle of spiritual attainment. Even Lord Brahma, Sri Narada Muni, even Goddess Lakshmi craves for this treasure. Goddess Lakshmi, is the eternal consort of Lord Narayana. But Lord Narayana is the majestic aspect of the Supreme Lord who resides in Vaikuntha. But Krishna resides in Vrindavan, the sweet realm, the realm of Madhurya, that is sweetness and love. So, at the sight of the beauty of Krishna, Lakshmi Devi became enchanted, became moved. She wanted to have Krishna, but she failed because she didn't owe allegiance to the lotus feet of gopis and the queen of gopis, Srimati Radharani. That is the finest point. If you owe allegiance to the lotus feet of Radharani or her second self, that is Manjari, these Manjari Gurus are the manifestations of Radharani. A Manjari Guru is in fact as the second self of Radharani. If you serve a bona fide Manjari Guru, you are serving Radharani herself. And if you are serving Radharani, Krishna is automatically caught. So this is the secret thing. This is the secret of secrets. The daughter of King Vrishabhanu expands Krishna's service through her manifestations. As she is the preceptorial reality, her manifestations, who are identical with her, are also the same. Srimati or her divine manifestations remain eternally present as the preceptorial reality. This is the ontology of Guru. Guru Tattva. Ontology means Tattva. Except the dearest and nearest associates of Srimati, there is no one who can ever be the Guru of the living beings in the sphere of divine service to Sri Krishna in Vrindavan. You may attain Krishna of Dwaraka. You may attain Krishna of Kurukshetra. You may attain Krishna of Mathura. But you will not be able to attain Krishna of Vrindavan unless you take shelter under the lotus feet of Radharani or her dear and near ones. That is the secret of secrets. One who has committed a mistake in realizing the divine status or position of the Guru has been automatically deluded in the matter of grasping the ontology of Sambandha, that is divine relationship, Avidya, that means divine means, and Prayojana, that means divine end. The realization of Prayojana Tattva, or the divine end, is very closely related to that of the ontology of Guru. If we can determine the real nature of the Guru, the nature of Prayojana becomes clear to us. What do you want? What do you need? You want to be an engineer. You must be admitted into an engineering college. Your aim in life is to become a physician, a medical man, a doctor. Then you will have to sit for the entrance examination in a medical college. You will have to get yourself admitted into a medical college. You want to be a lawyer. If you go to an engineering college and say that I want to be a lawyer, people will laugh at you. So what is your ambition? Always aspire for the highest thing. Always be ambitious. Always aspire for 100 out of 100. I want to obtain 100 out of 100 in mathematics. That is a good student's ambition. So in the spiritual world, in the devotional world, the servitude of Radharani is the pinnacle of success, is the highest, is the topmost, is the sublimest attainment. So, for that purpose, you must come under the tutelage of that person who is closely associated with Radharani. And a bona fide Guru, he is distinct. He is distinct from a Karmi Guru or a Jnani Guru or a Yogi Guru. A bona fide Manjari Guru. If a person knows his Guru as one devoted to karma, that is fruitive action, he will attain the fruits of action. A Guru of Jnana, that is empiric knowledge, will lead one to the deliberation of the impersonal Brahma, without any name, without any attribute, without any pastime. And when the devotional truth of the identicalness of the preceptor with Srimati Radharani will be established, one will attain divine love for Krishna as the ultimate end. So one thing must be clear. What is your ambition and to whom you must approach for realizing your aim, realizing your dream. The person to whom the realization of the real nature of the preceptor has not been clear will grope in the dark, will find the spiritual reality of the divine end extremely vague. I am studying. I don't know what will be my degree after passing the examination. How foolish you are. The ontology of divine relationship is inseparably connected with the ontology of divine master or guru. One who aspires to serve Krishna, the eternal Lord of Radha's heart, must be first related to the group of Radha's intimates. If you come in contact with someone who is Radha's intimate, you will feel it. There are some ways. Point number 1. A Manjari Guru has been called the messenger of Hladini potency. In the language of the writer, immortal poet of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Hladini Duto. Dut means messenger. Hladini, the exhilarating potency of the Lord, which makes the Lord happy. So, Radharani is the fountainhead of that Hladini Shakti, that exhilarating potency of love which makes Krishna happy, mad in joy. And if you experience that divine madness, that divine ecstasy, that divine bliss, that divine beatitude, practically, not in your imagination, practically if you realize this in the heart of your hearts, then he is a genuine Manjari Guru. Point number 1. Point number 2 is, your heart will become pure, day by day, purer and purer. Lastly, it will become so transparent that without any meditation whatsoever, these words are very popular, transcendental meditation, TM classes in the States and all that. Yogis are training their students to sit in a correct position, in correct posture, to close eyes, to concentrate their minds, etc., etc. These are artificial methods. Suppose you are loving a girl sincerely. You need not close your eyes. You are walking on the road. You are running for a train. You are cooking, you are eating. You are doing anything. But the picture of your beloved is always clear before, is always, they flash upon that inward eye. These pictures, these mundane pictures, the pictures of those girls whom you love, flash upon your inward eye. When your heart gets purer day by day, and then 100% pure, transparent, then the sweet, the ambrosial, the nectar, transcendental image of Radharani, Krishna Chandra, Gaur Sundar will descend in your heart. This is no imagination. You will see, practically see, not with these mundane eyes, but in your inner eyes. You will practically see. Practically. If you don't want to see, you are bound to see. Suppose you are a lawyer, you are busy with your clients and all that. Oh Krishna, don't disturb me now. I am busy with my client's works. I will meditate on you after 1 hour. Krishna will smile. He will disturb you. He is a naughty, pretty boy which full of nectar. He is naughty, he is pretty, he is sweet, he is loving, he is lovable, he is the ocean of bliss. Automatically, he will flash. He will remain static in your heart, in the heart of your hearts. The word static is not good. He is dynamic. He is a naughty boy. He will move about. he will disturb you, and that disturbance is sweet disturbance. As Thakur Bhakti Vinod has said, Koriya to upadrav chitte varshe sudhadrav. Nam Prabhu, that means Krishna. Krishna and his name are one and the same. Namas Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Suddha Nitta Mukta Abhinnatvat Nama Namino. Nam and the name, the holy name and the named one, that means Krishna and Krishna's name are one and the same. They are very naughty. They will disturb you. In a sweet way, they will play with you. They will play with you. They will close your eyes. They will play hide and seek with you. You will say, a devotee, a Siddha devotee says, don't disturb me, Krishna, you are a naughty chap. Oh, don't do that. I am cooking for you. I am reading your scripture. Don't disturb me. So, Krishna will go on disturbing him. So, Thakur Bhakti Vinod said, Koriyata upadrav. Upadrav means disturbance. Chitte varse sudhadrav. That is Sudha, my friends. That is ambrosia. That is transcendental nectar, my friends. If you release one drop of that transcendental nectar, you will be simply mad. And my friends, if some bona fide guru can make you release this transcendental bliss of Braja, if he can lift you to that level, my Gurudev lifted a nasty fellow like me to that level, and he made me taste that nectar, though I belong to a very low category of human beings. But he was so loving, lovable, an ocean, a veritable ocean of pardon, kindness, forgiveness, that he pardoned all my faults, all my shortcomings, all my unearths, and he made me taste, he made me release that transcendental bliss. I am acknowledging the fact, otherwise I will not be grateful to him. So, a bona fide Manjari Guru can do that. Not only intellectual illumination, not only philosophical speculation. You will taste that nectar, my friends, if you come in contact with such a bona fide Manjari Guru. We will discuss other points in our next lecture. Let us conclude with a simple devotional song. Gai Gora Madhur Share, Gai Gora Madhur Share, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gai Gora Madhur Share, গৃহে থাকো বনে থাকো সদা হরি বলে ডাকো সুখে দুঃখে ভুলো নাকো বদনে হরি নাম করো রে গায় গোরা মধুর স্বরে মায়া জালে বদ্ধ হয়ে আছো মিছে কাজ লয়ে এখনো চেতন পেয়ে রাধা মাধব নাম বলো রে গায় গোরা মধুর স্বরে জীবন হইল শেষ না ভজিলে ঋষিকে ঠাকুর ভক্তি বিনোদ উপদেশ একবার নাম রসে মাতরে গায় গোরা মধুর স্বরে হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম রাম হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল, নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল, নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল।